absolutely scares me to death. We're going to leave the government to arbitrate a motive in a crime? I mean, convict me of the crime, but the motive? Woo, woo. I vetoed Republican bills, as many Republican bills as a percentage of the legislature. So a third of the bills I vetoed were Republican bills, along with the Democrats. I vetoed at least 100 bills where the vote was 117-0 in the legislature. I got overridden twice. One was a meaningless bill. Another was the final budget, which the Republicans had just given up. I mean, the fight was gone. You're leaving. You don't have to deal with it, you know. I vetoed a dog and cat exercise bill. Exercise your dogs and cats. Pet stores having to exercise their dogs and cats 2 times a week, a couple hours a day. Great idea. That's where I want to buy my dogs and cats. It really is. It's a little sign, we exercise our dogs and cats. But to make a law out of that, next thing you know, got to appoint the dog and cat exercise police. I can just see it all coming. I saw the sunset of public employee collective bargaining, and I vetoed the bills to restore that. One issue that I got a little political on, I said it wasn't political. One issue I got a little political on was don't send me motorcycle helmet legislation. Look, I ride a motorcycle, I wear tip-to-toe body armor, I wear the helmet, but, you know, for somebody who wants to drive their motorcycle and not wear a helmet, we have an organ donor shortage in this country. And if you want to ride your motorcycle without a helmet, go right ahead. Ron Paul said he changed his mind on the death penalty. I changed my mind on the death penalty too. I am convinced that this country has put innocent people to death and will in the future, and I don't want to be a part of putting one person to death to actually punish 99 that are guilty. And it's actually cheaper to keep a person incarcerated for their entire existence rather than pay the attorneys. And again, it's worth every penny when you realize that there are cases where an innocent person does get off of death row because of the work of an attorney. I would chastise my colleagues, Republican colleagues, for listening to polling and basing their decisions and actions on polling rather than being the leaders that they were supposed to be. They want to listen to polling, which is what I think the majority of politicians do in this country. This is what we have. I would like to, let's see, there was one Republican governor that didn't endorse Bush during the first primary in his run for presidency. The door has been closed ever since. I was asked about the Iraq War after I left office. I'd left office, and I said, gee, you know, I'm really concerned about weapons of mass destruction, but don't we have the technological capability to monitor the Iraqis? Can't we see what people are having for lunch if we care to hone in on that? Wouldn't we be able to see weapons of mass destruction rolled out and go in and annihilate that situation? I think we're going to get mired in a civil war that will see no end if we go in. I would like to read for you Johnson's 7 Principles of Good Government, something that my people associated with me kind of got nauseated because I will always bring this up. But one is become reality-driven. Find out what's what and base your decisions and actions on that. 2 is always be honest and tell the truth. It's extremely difficult to do damage to somebody who's willing to tell the truth, regardless of the consequences. Number 3 is always do what's right and fair. Remember, the more that you accomplish, the louder your critics will become you got to learn to ignore your critics and continue to do what you think is right. Number 4 is determine your goal, develop a plan to reach that goal, and then act. Don't procrastinate. Number 5 is communicate. Make sure everybody that ought to know what you're doing knows what you're doing. 6, don't hesitate to deliver bad news. And lastly, do whatever it takes to get your job done. If you don't have a job that you love enough to do what it takes to get your job done, then quit and get one that tomorrow you'll take that on. So life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. I love Ron Paul. We need to abolish the Federal Reserve. We need a strong dollar. We need a strong dollar versus runaway inflation. And I think we're going to be in for a bout of hyperinflation here. Personal responsibility. We need a foreign policy. We have military presence in 155 countries, and there is a reason for terrorism against the United States. We need to embark on a process of getting those 155 countries unoccupied. A la Ron Paul, thank you very much. Entitlements? 10 trillion in debt and another 50 trillion undeclared? You know what? I love all of you. Thank you for being so wonderfully informed. Thank you. And I would ask all of you, with the time remaining here, to go out and adopt a Republican. Come on. Wonderfully informed, go out, adopt a Republican. Let's see if we can't build some bridges here. And nothing to lose, right? Nothing to lose, everything to gain. Thank you all very much.